Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from the Hoosier State, Indiana, a great member of the Ways and Means Committee and a member of the Select Revenue Subcommittee. He's provided great leadership on the subcommittee, and I appreciate his work. For 2 minutes.
Gentleman from Indiana is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of H.R. 4457, America's Small Business Tax Relief Act. I want to thank my colleague Pat Teaberry for his hard work on this initiative, which is vital to small businesses and farmers across my district. I'd be remiss if I didn't respond to the last speaker's comments, the distinguished gentleman from Maryland, who with a straight face indicated that this card, his card, was a vehicle for fiscal responsibility, when consistently he's confused this card with this card, a credit card. We've continued to rack up debts over and over again, and we have not engaged in growth-oriented public policy, and that's what this bill is intended to do. This bill increases the amount a small business taxpayer may immediately deduct when she buys operating materials for her business. The ability of small businesses to immediately deduct the cost of qualified investment in the year purchased, rather than having to recover the cost through depreciation over several years, has been essential to the survival of thousands of firms over the past decade. Higher expensing limits will encourage businesses to invest in new computers, tractors, and other types of business equipment and grow. Such investment will have, of course, important second-order effects. Economists tell us this on the economy as these purchases are magnified throughout the nation. The version of Section 179 we're considering today expired at the end of 2012, and since then, back home, I've heard from a parade of constituents, business owners and workers alike, about the need to restore the provision. I've heard from Indiana NFIB, Indiana Chamber of Commerce, Indiana Manufacturers Association, Indiana Farm Bureau, and countless individual businesses and workers, and I'm glad we're working in the House, hopefully on a bipartisan basis, to help unleash the ability of our nation's small businesses to grow. We know our nation's small businesses, Mr. Speaker. May I have an additional 30 seconds?
The gentleman may have an additional minute.
The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
These small businesses are the engine of American job creation. They create roughly 3 out of 5 of American jobs that have been created over the recent years. And one critical means of supporting American small businesses and working Americans is through business tax incentives like Section 179. This is a proven success. It's proven itself over the last several years, and it's evident that these small businesses are one bright spot of job creation, personal opportunity, and upward mobility during these troubled times. I support this commonsensical bill. It's going to help small businesses grow and restore a measure of hope and opportunity to rank-and-file Americans during these troubled times. I'd like to thank Chairman Teaberry for his important work in offering this legislation. I'd ask my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to reconsider their partisan reservations to supporting this measure, and I yield back.
Will the gentleman yield?